Welcome everybody, Ify here with another fragrance video. Today I want to share with you my experience, my first experience with Federico Mahora fragrances. I've heard about this brand Federico Mahora a while ago from some of my subscribers, so some of you guys. I've always hesitated to purchase something from this company, from this brand, because looking at their bottles, they reminded me of some smaller brands which also made fragrances inspired by more popular fragrances. Oh, I didn't mention that, did I? Well, yeah, Federico Mahora is a brand that makes fragrances inspired by more popular fragrances. Their bottle design reminded me of some smaller brands which I used to experience and test back in Romania a while ago, and by that time they were okay because there weren't so many companies, brands that were producing clones or fragrances inspired by more popular fragrances. And now going back to the quality of those fragrances, it's definitely not as good as, let's say, for example, Latafa. So I was expecting to get kind of the same quality as those fragrances back in Romania. So overall, I didn't think it was worth it. What made me to actually purchase a fragrance from this house, and not just one, I purchased two. Same bottle. It's this fragrance in particular, the 4661. They just name their fragrances by numbers. There's a list which you can search on Google for it, and you will find the number of the fragrances and the more popular fragrance, which is supposed to smell like their own version. This one was not, and it's not in that list, but I also found on Google multiple threads pointing out that this fragrance 466 smells like Viktor & Rolf Antidote, a great and unique male fragrance which is discontinued, and its price now it's too high, to a point where I often think about getting it, but I'm not always sure it's the right thing to do. That and the fact that I haven't smelled the original Viktor & Rolf Antidote in a couple of years, so I'm not sure if I still like that fragrance. So I'm not sure if I'm willing to pay that much into almost blind buying it. And since no other company, I was hoping all this time, I was hoping that at some point one of these clone houses will come out with a version of Antidote, and I finally found this thing. And to this point I have to say that I'm not aware of another fragrance that smells like Viktor & Rolf Antidote. And you know what? This one doesn't smell either. And this is where the disappointment comes. I even bought two bottles. Okay, it was not that expensive. I paid, I think, £8.99 for a bottle of 50 ml, which is not that much. And for this price, this is not a bad fragrance. I found this at a good price. Usually they go for over 10, maybe over 12 pounds. And for that price, you're entering the price range of Middle Eastern fragrances and the other affordable and great fragrances which I've shown you. But what does this one smell like? Well, to be honest, I cannot find an exact fragrance which smells very close to this one. I am getting a similar vibe and similar direction to Versace Eros, but this one has like a very more prominent vibe of bubblegum in the opening. This starts with a lot of bubblegum, and it's a dry one, a dusty one, similar to the one in Versace Eros. And the scent pretty much stays the same. It loses some of the intensity which you get in the opening, but pretty much it's the same scent until the end. It doesn't really change. The performance is also a decent one. I am getting a 5 to 6 hours longevity and an hour and a half projection, which is an okay projection. So I'm not disappointed by the brand because I didn't have like high expectations. I mean, I had the expectation of getting a fragrance which is similar to Viktor & Rolf Antidote, and for that I am disappointed. But by the brand and the fragrance itself, I'm not that disappointed. but I wouldn't go for any other fragrance from this house because there are better ones for this price. So once again, here I am on the search for a fragrance which smells like Victor and Rolf, but at a much better price. If you know about an existing one, please let me know in a comment below and I will be forever grateful. But until that time and until the next video, you keep smelling great.